People can tell when a product is being pushed or when there's an ulterior motive. I forget about the company, I forget about my own needs, and all that is present to me in that meeting is that person's life and everybody that loves and cares about them. I have had clients hug me, cry, kiss me, just very happy, just from the first meeting. A lot of clients have said to me they've never experienced a meeting with any type of financial advisor the way they've experienced with me. I take the time. I'm not rushing. Once you're coming from a good place, people can feel it. The way in which I set myself apart from others in my industry in Jamaica, I can best describe that with what a client once said to me. You have the knowledge, you have the proficiency, you know about your products. But what really sets you apart is how genuine you are. You advise from your heart. I feel where they're coming from, and that makes a world of a difference to my clients. The way in which I advise my clients has been through years of trial and error, developing my own formula. And it basically allows all the barriers and the walls to come down to the point where an individual will open up their ears and listen to what you have to say, and not only listen, but apply it in their own minds as applicable to what they want out of life. So we are all dealing with very intangible products. Insurance, you can't see it, you can't feel it, unless something happens. And so when you're sitting down in front of an individual, you have to allow them to visualize it. And so that comes with stories, real life experiences, and being genuine, not just factual. That's given. But you have to be genuine and touch on areas that are relevant to them. So the questions that I ask, they unearth all of those things, and it will allow me to put it in light for that client in a way that they would appreciate. So I start off with what everybody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about money. How can I make money? In order for us to live on this planet, we have to have money. And so I tend to start off with the word investments, because I don't know about any other territory, but in Jamaica, the word insurance sometimes has a taboo. And that's because of unpleasant experiences, not just with insurance, but with advisors. And so I start off with what they want to talk about. And so I would ask about different investment products, whether it be if they have stocks, what's their risk appetite, etc. And I'll flow into their retirement planning portfolio, asking them about their pension, etc. And because pension falls under the category of benefits, I would then flow into, let's talk about other benefits like health insurance and life insurance. And so the wall is broken down, and they're now more open and willing to hearing the word insurance, even though I solicited a meeting to talk about investments mainly. And based on how that flows, I would go into key man insurance, life insurance, and flow back into their financial goals, back into what they really want to talk about, money. And I'd also ask open-ended questions throughout. So I would ask them, what's your take on life insurance? And it will allow me to unearth, the negative feelings that they have towards the different plans. And I would always understand and let them feel like I totally understand and agree with where they're coming from. So there's a common ground. And the wall is gone. There's absolutely nothing there. And so I'm able to just get into them and into their souls and minds and, discuss. I understand that you think life insurance is highway robbery, for example, but did you know that it actually can do X, Y, or Z? Based on the questions I asked prior, I would know how to angle it within their lives. And from there, I would say, okay, would you want to see an example based on what I just said? And they always say yes. And so from there, it allows me to put it back on them now, and they start to tell me what they want. So it's a matter of making people become comfortable, breaking down all the barriers, all the rebuttals, and putting it in a light where they realize that it's possibly the most important thing. So at the end of the interview, even though I solicited them to just do investments, they actually want to do insurance more than investments by the time I'm finished. And so they sell themselves on it.